Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Letitia. Hope that you're doing well. I just decided to do some little garden cleanup. I was gonna let those tomatoes just hang out. We've already had 2 light frosts, but you know what? I'm just tired of looking at them. And I mean, they were producing flowers, which is crazy. I mean, this is almost the end of October, and I still have tomatoes growing. I cannot believe that. So here's all the plants that I pulled. It's just 2. Look at all this mess. Just 2 plants, and that's how much ruckus it's caused. And so I pulled these up. It was a Roma tomato plant and a black cherry tomato, which was my favorite tomato, the black cherry tomato. Oh my gosh. And so this is what I've harvested. And here you can see the container. And then these. Now, what am I going to do with all of these? I don't know. I have no idea. They're all green black cherry tomatoes. I have no idea what to do with them. So if you all have any ideas, that would be tremendous. So the 2 plants were here. And so I'm going to do a little experiment. I believe 100% in winter sowing. I am so excited to do that again. I am a beginner winter sower. If you've never heard of the concept, you literally use plastic like gallon jugs or juice jugs. Poke some holes in the bottom, put some soil in there, and plant some seeds, label, and set them out in the snow. It's crazy. I never thought that it would work for me, but it did. And I have some videos on that from last winter, if you want to check those out. So what you're doing, though, is you're prepping your own plant starts. You don't have to go to the store and get them because you've prepped them already. They're ready for you to go in the ground whenever it's time. The plastic jug acts as like a greenhouse, and it's just tremendous. It's absolutely amazing. I had to try. I believed them when they said it, but I had to try for myself so that I know that it works, and it did. But I want to do another experiment in my garden this fall and winter into the spring. So I always hear about this concept of volunteer plants. And I'm like, well, what the heck is a volunteer plant? How can you I have weeds that volunteer, I guess, every year. They come up, and it's basically the same concept. So you don't plant the seeds in specific places. They just kind of pop up on their own. These plants pop up on their own. And usually it happens because seeds have been blown over your garden over time. And, it's time to harvest seeds like this right here, the holy basil. And I have yet to get all of those seed pods. I mean, thousands and thousands of seeds just in this little area right here, and I'm not going to harvest them all. Some of them are going to hit the ground. Some of them are going to get blown away by the wind. Some are going to the birds may chirp or peck at them, or all that kind of thing. So wherever the seeds land after that, you don't necessarily plant them there yourself. Nature took control, and now all of a sudden you have these plants just popping up all over your garden. And so that could definitely happen in the spring next year. So with that being said, I wanted to test to see if I can get some tomato plants to pop up around my yard by intentionally putting tomatoes in the ground, covering them up with seed or with soil, and just seeing if it'll happen. So I have a few tomatoes here, black cherry tomatoes, that fell to the ground, and some that I put right there that literally are rotted, or they're bursting open because maybe they were overwatered, whatever it is. And so I'm going to dig a hole and put some more, and then bury them, and see if I can get the more black cherry tomato plants to just pop up on their own next season without any intervention from me other than covering them up with soil. So I believe it could happen because people talk about volunteer plants all the time, and most of that's done by nature. We don't even do it. So I'm going to attempt to do that. And then I was thinking, because I want more black cherry tomato plants, if that's one tomato that is always going to be in my garden, it will be the black cherry tomato. I absolutely love it. So I'm just going to take a shot at it and we'll see what happens. There were some Roma tomato plants that fell. And these containers I have not done anything with after the spring. And these are all lettuce seeds that have sprouted. The plants have dried up and died. I really just need to clean it all out, which I plan to do eventually. But I'm going to put Roma tomatoes in here and bury those and see what happens, if they'll just come up on their own. These are all watermelons. So I'm thinking about doing the same thing, just leaving them and seeing if they will overwinter, or if I can get new plants to sprout up on their own in these containers. Now, watermelon is a warm weather crop, and so I don't expect these to survive much longer. But, I'm just going to play. I'm just going to play a little bit. I got my little fall garden going here with some radishes. There's nothing in the black container yet. I got some spinach going on right here, some oregano, and some lettuce, and parsley, mint back there in the corner. All this is pak choy. Got some spinach there. Peas along here. This is my fall garden salad mix here. And there's Rita the raspberry. That's a warm weather crop as well, but we're just letting her hang out there. So I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm sure there has been a lot going on back here against the fence. These are Kentucky pole beans, so there are probably seeds that drop back there because I wasn't able to get to those after all the tomato plants grew up and the holy basil grew up. It just wasn't easy to get to, so I probably won't do that again next year. I was just trying to use that fence line, but I think I'll do it a different way next year. So yeah, I just thought I would let y'all know my plans. And again, if you have any suggestions for what I should do with all these green tomatoes, that would be great, other than frying them. Everybody knows to eat a fried green tomato, but these are little cherry tomatoes, so what could I do with these? That would be great if you could let me know. Thank you all for watching so much. I love y'all. Bye.